Heartland Waterfowl presents Behind the Blind Podcast.
And we're back.
We are back.
We are so back.
Y'all missed us.
Season 13 is finally here. It was a short summer. We were back up in North Dakota. And, here we are.
Here we are.
We are.
Same song, different dance.
The Behind the Blind podcast is sponsored by Double T Kennels. For more than 20 years, British Double T Kennels has imported dogs directly from Great Britain to build superior bloodlines. Their top-of-the-line dogs are proven in the field in major field trials. Learn more at britlabs.com and tell them that Heartland Waterfowl sent you.
You might get a discount on a dog. Maybe.
Talk to Corey.
Talk to Corey
about that one. Well, we're back. We are back. We're up in North Dakota. We have hunted 2 days now. We will get into that in a second. But first, what do we have coming up this season, Everett?
A lot of hunting birds.
You didn't see the email with the schedule?
Oh, my God. Come on.
Yeah.
Put him on the spot on the
You
start.
really did.
You really
he was
did.
not prepared for that question.
Not prepared.
Okay.
Oh, you got to introduce Everett. You got to introduce everybody.
This is Everett Adkins, Cody Beiswenger, Joe Palumbo, and I'm Logan Burditt. We have our host is busy, Ronnie Phillips. What is he doing?
He's got
boxing
Reagan,
event.
Yeah, and Reagan's birthday.
His daughter's birthday.
Shout
and then
out-
he had a
shout out
boxing
Reagan.
event yesterday. He was doing his best interpretation of Bruce Buffer.
What's he say? What's he say?
Let's throw down.
Yeah, that was pretty good, actually.
I've been listening to him a lot. He
Let's redo
sends
this
me all the
intro.
videos.
Let's redo this little intro and bring that kind of energy.
Yeah, okay.
That's funny.
So what are we doing this year?
Oh, man.
We got anything new?
We do. So, starting off up here, early season like we usually do, then y'all are going to go to Canada, or at least try to. We'll see how that goes. Then back up here in November.
Yep.
Then, some stuff around, Missouri, whatever.
Yep. Kansas, Missouri,
then-
Oklahoma.
Yeah, going back to SBAR.
Yep.
Yep.
Maybe some Arkansas.
New spot in Wyoming.
Yep. We're going to Wyoming.
Yeah, as a buddy of mine.
We're getting in the mountains a little bit.
Yeah, that dude, Josh, he came down and quail hunted with me this year.
Great guy.
Yeah, he was cool. I hope I can make it on that trip. I don't know if I'll be able to or not, but yeah, he's got a sweet spot. So that'd be something different. We've been going to Wyoming, but we're gonna go try a different area. And then
Do
what
something
else?
a little bit different.
Yeah,
It'll be
then,
more in the mountains.
yeah, usually it's just nothing but pit hunts.
Yeah.
Like on the previous episode, this will be a little bit different. And then what else? Mexico, possibly a trip to Old Mexico. We're not talking about New Mexico. Go down there and hunt with Paul with Eldorado Outfitters.
Yep.
Shout out Paul.
Yep. We're working on putting the details together on that right now.
Yeah, go down there and shoot some Mexican ducks. That'd be fun.
Yep. Quail and dove. This little trifecta.
Oh, it is. It's not just a waterfowl. Like we can quail hunt also.
No. So their big thing is quail and doves.
Right.
And ducks are like a bonus. Right. So typically it's a 3-day hunt down there. And like 2 of the mornings you duck hunt only. And
Okay.
the rest is like midday quail, dove in the afternoon.
Yeah,
type
I
deal.
thought like we would just go down and try to pimp the waterfowl a little bit. I didn't realize we were gonna have an opportunity to quail hunt also. So I'm probably definitely in on that one.
Quail is his main thing.
Right, I know.
Like that is what his main thing is. Obviously they have doves year round.
Mm-hmm.
And then the duck hunting is kind of, hey, we have it. It's really, really good.
Right.
But people know us for our quail hunt.
For sure. Yeah, no doubt. So yeah, hopefully we get all the details hashed out with that, and then back up to Canada in the spring. Hopefully, we'll see.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for that.
Yeah.
You forgot about Texas.
Yeah, what are we going to do in Texas this year? We're going to come down and crane hunt.
TBD. I think we. There's a chance we might split it up and do 2 days of goose hunting and 2 days of quail hunting and crane hunting.
Yeah,
Maybe do a little lesser hunting up a little north from you.
Mm-hmm. Go up in the Panhandle.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And then maybe come down after that. I don't know.
Quail hunt.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a lot of fun also.
Or you got a lot of water this year.
We do.
The Pintail limit is 3.
We do.
Flashback
Flashback to 2015 when we got them on the coldest day I've maybe ever experienced anywhere hunting. That was, I know it's West Texas, but like
It was a dry cold.
when I say cold, Everett, you were there.
That was the coldest
were
day
there.
I have ever hunted.
You were there.
Yeah, people ask all the time.
We shot
coldest
a-
day, West Texas.
We shot
my
a
God.
model duck that day.
We did shoot a model duck. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was a fun one.
But yeah, but anyway, enough about that. We just got back up here in North Dakota. We Oh, I flew up. Y'all had to make the drive. I took the easy way out this year, which was nice. But what we got here Friday, Coco already had a couple birds located that we went and looked at. He had a couple fields already found. So, but Everett, why don't you give us a little rundown on what happened yesterday, brother?
Yesterday, I did not shoot good.
You did not.
Let's get it out of the way. Get it out of the way. We had some birds come in and finish right and all that stuff. We just didn't get them knocked down the way we wanted to.
Yeah. There was some
great start to the
little
week.
dust needed knocked off the old Beretta on Everett's
What do they
end.
say? Admitting the problem is the first step.
Yeah, to recovery. Yeah.
That's Boy, this podcast can't go long enough then.
So
It's funny.
coming up in this episode, we have a new Oldtimer minute. Joe's going to give us the Oldtimer minute here in a little bit. We have the ducked up question like we did last year. Make sure you guys follow along. These episodes will come out on YouTube within 10 days of us filming them. So we filmed 2 hunts already. We got 2 hunts coming up the next couple days. We're going to do some fishing, do some golfing, and then those episodes we try to release those within a week to 10 days. Make sure you subscribe, comment on each of the podcast episodes. We're giving out a HW swag pack at the end of this trip. So make sure you guys follow along on that. And yeah, how did that first hunt go? What was the scenario? How was the scout? How many birds did we find in?
It was a good feed, good numbers for early.
What are good numbers for early season?
I mean,
it's changed a little bit over the
It
years,
has.
right?
it has.
So Cody,
it's
what do you
changed
like
a
to
lot.
see if you're out scouting? What are you looking for
Is it
other
100?
than a cut wheat or oat field, barley field?
The main thing is make sure they're coming from far
enough away.
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
the biggest thing. Numbers now don't matter as much as they used to. Like, obviously, the more birds, the better chance you have of killing more.
Mhm.
But now it's more so just situation, wind
Right.
direction,
Yeah.
where they're coming from.
Right.
But what
Hot
is,
hide.
let's say, if you find a good situation, what's the minimum amount of birds that you're looking for? 50?
Yes, I would hunt 50 if it was the perfect scenario.
If it was good setup. Yeah.
Mhm.
That seems fair to me.
Yeah.
Most of the time, I would say on average, we're seeing around 100, right? Like you'll see a lot of 50-ish feeds, and then you'll see a couple hundreds, and then you'll see a couple 200s, and then that's about the extent. If you find something that has more than that, you probably can't get permission. on
Right.
it,
Right. That's
Probably
why it's
something that's locked
that's why it's
down.
built.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the scenario in this day and age of early goose season in North Dakota. We haven't seen a ton of people by any means. I think there was more last night, Saturday night,
Yeah.
Right.
than we saw Friday night for
Right.
whatever reason, at least us. Or maybe that's just the area. And honestly, we haven't seen a ton of birds, so maybe we're in the wrong area, right? We're not seeing other scout trucks, so maybe we need to take some notes and
Right.
go to a different spot.
Right.
But yeah, I'd say the biggest thing up here in this area compared to any years is more corn and beans, right?
Oh, ton of
There's
corn.
so much corn. There's so much beans. There's not a lot of wheat, not a lot of oats, not a lot of barley.
Right.
Birds don't really seem to get into alfalfa up here like they would up in upstate New York. Like that's the only thing you would see them
Oh,
in
dude.
upstate New York.
Growing up in Pennsylvania, dude, alfalfa fields.
Oh yeah, early season
Dude,
alfalfa fields are the
September
greatest thing ever.
alfalfa. Yeah. I mean, it was
In the upper northeast, that's what you're looking for.
Yeah.
But here, you're looking for the small grain that's cut, and there's not a lot of that around. And
Plus, there's been so much rain up here, so farmers are a little bit behind. They're starting to catch up now. I mean, it's dried out a couple days, but even finding cut fields in some of these areas is still pretty tough. I mean, there's a lot of wheat that still hasn't been combined yet.
or is currently half the field's cut, and they're
Right.
still working on it.
Right,
There's
right.
a lot of farmers out right now for sure.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, you got to put the miles on
Mm-hmm.
to find 4 days of good hunting, and we'll talk about what happened this morning here in a little bit. But we had a good day yesterday. It should have been better. We had the over the top shots we didn't take that we probably should have. We just weren't getting on camera, and that would have probably put us around the 25, 30 bird,
30,
Oh, yeah.
30 bird mark.
30 pretty
Yeah.
easily, I
But
think.
we ended up with a baker's dozen. We shot 13, and we
Shot
had a
right.
group of 8 come in perfect, a group
Yeah.
of 4 come in perfect. So, I mean, really, we're up here to have a good time. I mean, obviously, we joke around all the time that the hunting is the bonus, right?
Right.
We're up here to
Right.
fish and golf, but I mean, in reality, we just have the expectations and have came up here enough to understand what this is really about. We're
Right.
just trying to get out, have a good time. This is kind of the season opener for us. We get a
It's not about getting them every single day.
yeah.
It's
You're not the
Like,
the
it's
reality of going out and shooting 100 that when the season first started. That's
Right.
just not going to happen.
Yeah, you just don't hear about that.
Even a limit or whatever, 50 bird day would be unbelievable,
right?
So
right.
anytime we can go out and, we can decoy 2, 3, 4 groups, have a couple of volleys in the morning, and we're done by 8:30, 9 o'clock, and back eating breakfast. I mean, that's fun. That's easy.
It's a lot of fun.
The setup's super easy. It's not like you're putting a ton of decoys out. We're running anywhere from 2 to 6. We didn't even run 6 dozen this morning. We ran maybe 3 dozen, 4 dozen this morning. So
2 to 4 dozen.
It's not like it takes a lot of time to set up. We had to drive a little ways today, but other than that, I mean, it's just easy. It's fun. It's a good way to start the season off.
We decided to do that this morning and drive that far because, like, the way we thought that was going to set up today, those birds were coming from a long ways away, and it was the only field that was pretty much cut in that area, and it was, relatively speaking, it was a small field, right?
Well, let's hold that thought.
Well, right. I was just getting back to the point.
We'll get back to day 2 here in a second, but before that, let's do the ducked up question of the day. What do you got for us, Q?
I got, what is the funniest wrong call you or a buddy ever blew in the middle of a hunt?
Oh, 1,000% I got this.
Okay.
Tornado Alley. We talked about this. This is my biggest screw up of the 13 years of Heartland Waterfowl. 1,000%.
Okay.
We had that giant duck feed in the afternoon. And we're going to hunt the tree pond, Sean's aunt's pond.
Yes.
And we didn't see any ducks on there, and I was
our intention was to shoot the geese only, so we could field duck hunt that same afternoon.
Yeah, because there was, a bunch of ducks around there, but of course they just got to throw the duck gods on Logan that morning, and we just had mallards just bombing from the heavens.
And Logan's like, "Don't shoot him.
We got a big feed. We're gonna shoot him this afternoon."
And I'm talking
terrible idea.
Trickling.
Terrible idea.
Some redheads in there,
and the biggest. We just, that afternoon,
didn't get them.
Well.
Didn't get them.
They all left and went south.
They pie-eyed, bro. They pie-eyed.
They said, "See you later."
They said, "Adios, amigos."
Some grumpy people in camp that night.
Ooh, it was my fault. 1,000%.
We could have easily, that morning on Sean's aunt's pond, we could have easily shot, we shoot like 20 geese that morning. We could have easily shot a limited ducks.
We were picking up before to go set up for the ducks, and the geese started coming back because they it was bad.
Bonehead.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I learned from that one.
One of those days you want to forget about, but you never will.
Oh, no. It was.
I was so mad because there was a pair of canvasbacks came in, just gorgeous canvasbacks.
I did not tell you.
They wouldn't have counted towards an hour limit.
I know.
Not to shoot those.
I wanted one of those for the wall, and they wouldn't let me shoot it.
Yeah, that was a bonehead move. That was a great ducked up question. Thank you for reminding us and taking us back to that.
You got one?
That was
Can
great.
you feel stupid for a second?
No, I can't actually. I don't think I can top that. No.
A bad call.
There's been so many times.
Yeah,
it's
I know.
unbelievable.
It's like
The one that came to my mind, I don't remember where we were hunting at, but you were calling the shots that morning.
Oh, great.
And you popped up out of the blind like you were squeezing a testicle and was like, I don't know what happened, but you're like, kill him.
Oh, I had my voice cracked.
Yeah, your voice cracked.
That was we were snow goose hunting, weren't we?
I can't remember where it was, but I just remember everybody coming out of the blind laughing and not shooting.
Who's the 12-year-old boy that's in the blind?
I know.
Oh, it's just Logan down there on the end calling the shot.
I didn't know that this question was going to be rag on Logan. You got anything? Does the other couch have anything?
No.
I mean, there's a lot of them, but probably some that don't want to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, I remember bonehead move, but this was like back before like we had Onyx and smartphones.
The blue ribbons,
blue reflectors,
the reflector tape.
Like I remember going out one morning and I'm driving Nate Flynn's truck. He had that old red Ford F-250.
Oh yeah,
and it was super foggy.
I've heard this one.
Super foggy, and I tell my guys who were hunting with me that morning, I'm like, y'all just stay here at the approach. Let me ease my way through here, find the route. Because it's not like just follow the blue dot. Like, we didn't have that option, okay? Like, it's crazy. But anyway, so I'm, like, driving out through some prairie to try to get to this pothole. And all of a sudden, dude, I come over, and it's just a straight drop. And I freaking endoed Nate's truck into the ditch. Bent the frame of his pickup. I was severely concussed. My clients were like wandering around, like yell it like Hansel and Gretel, dude. Like
Marco Polo.
I'm serious. Yeah, Marco Polo. Playing Marco Polo with Joe in the fog at 5:30 in the morning. But like bonehead, dude. I should have never like made the call to go out through like that pasture in the fog and leave 4 guys at the approach. Like I should have never done that, you know, but just stupid. And if Nate listens to this, he'll probably laugh his ass off because I know for a fact he remembers. But that was,
How old were you then?
shoot, I was 18 or 19. It was really early in the lodge days. And,
You're allowed to make mistakes at that age.
oh my God, it was like, but bonehead wrecked the boss's truck into the ditch, and them guys didn't come back the next year. Needless to say, that was a one and done.
Fog scared him off.
Yeah, but yeah, just bonehead, dude. Should have never done that.
How about the time you sent me to the field that I couldn't hunt?
That's okay. This isn't like ring around the rosy here. Like you said something already. Like we don't need to talk about that time I sent you to the field that definitely was not posted, and then it was posted, and I just didn't see the sign.
It's all right.
I was too busy looking at the ducks to see the posted sign right in front of me. But Cody drove down there 5:45 that next morning. I'm like, dude, I got a great spot for you. He gets down there. He's like, you sure it's not posted? 100%, dude. It is not. He gets down there and pulls in. He fires off in the group chat. Joe, what the? Like, he was so mad. He's like, what am I going to do now?
It's all right. I shot a limit on a little mud hole.
You did. Anyway. You definitely made the best out of a bad situation. That was my bad on that. I'll eat that. That's on me. Sorry, buddy.
So
You're still stewing over it, I can tell.
We made up for it.
So back to yesterday morning, just to kind of go into detail a little bit more on our hunt. So we had a really strong northwest wind. We had a big cold front that came through yesterday. The wind just steadily picked up on our afternoon drive when we were scouting, or before we got into town, and then started scouting. It was picking up, and it stayed strong all night long. And we really had a solid wind yesterday. We had a good hide. We were on a field edge that had some alfalfa bales behind us, so we had a really good backdrop. And like they said earlier, the birds were coming from a long ways, and that's one of the things that we're looking for is, and it honestly that helps this year because there's not a lot of cut fields, so they have to travel, to those cut fields.
Right.
And realistically, if there's not big water off those cut fields, then they're, obviously the birds aren't going to just be hopping over and they're going to be flying far enough away. But, we had 150-ish birds in that field. They were stacked in tight. A lot of the times, these big wheat fields, they'll start spreading out and scattering out in family groups all the way across it, but they were real congregated in one area. Mainly on the side of a ridge, kind of getting out of the wind a little bit. So we knew that was going to be, one of those better fields to hunt, right? It was a getting spot, right?
Yep.
Versus a get F spot.
Right.
So, those are just some of those things that we're looking for when we're out scouting around. Not so much the numbers like Cody said, but more, what's the situation, where can we hide?
Where are they coming from?
Are they spread out? Are they scattered? Are they coming in big groups, small groups?
Is there other options between us and the roost? They could potentially shortstop us.
That's the case too, So, once we started shooting those birds, right, to kind of allude into the next couple of days of what we got planned, they moved over into another field that we have permission to hunt, and we were kind of hoping for that because there's 2 fields there, the only 2 fields that are cut in the area. So we were hoping they bounced over, and they did. And now what we're doing, we've just been letting those sit, watching
Let them sit today. And
that field's kind of building a little bit, and they're just getting a little bit more in there, so it's starting to look good. So now we're kind of putting those pieces together to try to hunt that field with the right wind over the next couple of days.
Right.
So coming up in the next couple of days, we're kind of saving some good stuff for last, and that we tried to
typically try to do that. Yeah.
Say not so much, that was our best option the other night.
Right.
That was, so we hunted our best option yesterday. Or this morning we hunted what we felt was our best option. Now we're just kind of getting lucky that those birds, and that's kind of the reason we also hunted our best option the first day, is so we could hopefully get another crack at those birds again.
Right. Let them rest for a day or two, and then get back after them. But and this morning, the field we looked at last night that we hunted this morning, it looked really good. It did. But you talk about a complete difference in 2 days. Yesterday we had a great wind. It was getting colder. That front came in. And, this morning it was 41 degrees. It was 41 this morning. and not a puff of wind.
No, zero.
I mean, reverse wind. Like, it was sucking this morning, not blowing.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I don't know. It was weird to me that some of them birds came off first thing and they didn't want to just come right to feed. You know, they sat on a little loaf, and that, you know, that was our problem this morning. We had that little loaf that was between the roost. I mean, those birds were coming from a good ways away, but once those first couple kind of hit that loaf, the rest of them just started sucking in there. By the time we know it, there's, you know, 60, 80 birds stacked up in there. We get a shot. We had a single come by. Chaz smoked it. All the birds get up. Just, you know, then we're boogered. You know, we're boogered the rest of the morning. And that's exactly what happened.
Part of it. And that's the thing. Early season geese, they hadn't been doing that.
Right.
They had been touching that loaf in the morning.
Because it hadn't been that cold.
Yep.
You wait. I mean, you all know how it is. Once it gets cold, then birds go a little water to water in the morning, making sure they got options. But they're just getting primed up for the fall.
You usually have like little cattail sloughs here, you know. You don't really have a cattle pond.
And that's what they went into.
That's what it was. It was
the stock tank.
The most ideal cattle pond for a goose to go into. And usually you don't have to deal with that.
Right.
If we would have known they were going to do that this morning,
We
it
would have been
a
on there.
completely
Oh, my
different
God.
situation.
We would have been
We
on
could have
that
set up
pond.
right there, and it would have been a molly whopping, no doubt.
Yeah, and that's just part of it.
Dude,
right?
you don't know till you go. I always say that. Man, you don't know till you go. Like,
And
it's early season. There's no rhyme or reason,
yeah,
dude.
it's frustrating, but there is nothing you can
Right.
do about that.
But Cody, tell them a little bit from day 1 and day 2 about our hide, right? So
Yeah.
just why and what was the thought process behind hunting an edge day 1 and then actually sitting out in the middle of the field day 2?
Yeah, obviously yesterday we were, like you said, we were hunting on the edge of the alfalfa field with the bales as the backdrop. I know that some people don't like sitting out in the middle for these early season geese with the A-frames, but we've proven it to work in most situations. Especially today, those geese were coming from up higher, and usually when they're coming from up higher than that and coming down on you, they don't notice you as much.
They don't see the profile
when the
as
field's
much.
more flat.
Yep.
Then they can see the profile of the blind. That's usually for the situation I like to look at is when the birds are coming from up higher. Then they can't see that profile of the A-frame. And we didn't really have any good options of hiding. We could have hit on a fence line today, but there was no real backdrop with
It would have been
Yeah,
way
it would-
further off the
right.
X in a
We'd have been-
downward slope.
Right.
But we
would've-
also had a hill as a backdrop too, like
Yeah.
of the field. It's not like we were silhouetted on top of the hill.
Right,
We
right.
were kind of sitting more towards the bottom of two,
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know, undulations that came together.
Two knolls.
Yeah, it looked really good. I
Uh-huh.
mean, it's not like we just were sticking out of the middle
No.
of the
Yeah,
field.
it's not like the birds were flaring on the blind this morning.
Right. That was definitely not the problem.
Yeah. And, yeah, there's just some situations where you just have to sit out in the middle.
Right.
Like, we've tried to pull these geese off of the X, and it's really hard to do.
It's not like it's cold. You know, these
Right.
birds are
It's
doing
not
what they want to
survival
do.
mode.
Right.
Yep.
And the family groups things too. Like, you see them spread out in the field all the time. So it just happens. They don't need to go land with other ones all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. I do agree. But, man, we looked good this morning. We felt good. We were good.
Until about 7 o'clock.
All right. Well, next we'll go to one of our newer segments that we have, the Oldtimer Minute, sponsored by Oldtimer Knives, built for generations. Joe said that he had a great old-timer story for us on our first podcast of the year here.
It just made me think of it. So I was maybe 12. I was maybe 12 years old, and I had been hunting with my dad, you know, been around a bunch of hunting camps up to that point. And I'll never forget, we were hunting at home back in Pennsylvania, and my dad had this buddy. His name was Larry Denny, and he was like a retired surgeon, like Penn State Medical Center, like
Nittany Lion.
right. So super cool dude. He used to hunt with us quite a bit. And I'll never forget, I thought Larry was the coolest dude because he was like the first person I ever saw that had a Hummer H1, like an old military style
Oh, yeah,
issue.
yeah.
Like that was like his hunting rig. Like this
Okay.
was
Throwing
Mid-
the
this
Bigfoots
was
in the back or
like
something?
1998, dude. Dude's rolling around in a Hummer H1 with goose decoys in the back. Anyway, super cool dude. And I'll never forget, we were at his cabin and we weren't even hunting. It wasn't even like a hunting situation. We were just up there hanging out at his cabin, shooting guns, doing whatever. And I'll never forget. He comes up to me. He's like, Joe, I've got something for you. And I was like, what? What do you got? Like some cool old gun, what do you got? And he literally pulls out this little pocket knife. It was like, how like a traditional pocket knife with 2 blades, like a more
traditional old timer.
So anyway, he hands me this knife and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, what the hell am I going to do with this knife? And he looks at me, he goes, Joe, the way I was brought up, whenever you're, in somebody else's hunting camp or something, like you offer them something and then I would offer something back, right? Like an Indian swap, right? Here's my pocket knife. Now you give me something, right? So anyway, hands me this pocket knife and he was telling me this. And I took the goose call that I had that I always hunted with and I gave him my goose call. He was like, oh, I can't take this. I was like, yeah, you can. It's cool. Totally cool. I'll get a new one. So anyway, fast forward. Oh man, maybe it was the next year or whatever. We go back up and he took that goose call that I gave him back after him giving me the knife. And he had it like in a shadow box, like hung up on the wall. And I thought that was the coolest thing ever. Right. I was like, this old man's got my goose call on his wall. Like anyway. And man, I guarantee I probably still have that knife somewhere, dude. I know I do. Yeah, I bet it's at my dad's house. Believe it or not, it's probably at SRP's house. But
he knows where it's at.
Like just that moment of like, being in somebody else's camp, like this is how hunting camp works. Yep. Like remember this going forward. Like but you're never going to forget that. Never, dude. I mean, whenever we talked about doing this, I was like, I already know. I could knock this out right now. I know a story. Larry Denny, dude, and. Man, he passed away a couple years ago, and it'd been a long time since I've seen him. So I moved to Texas, but man, I'll never forget that dude handed me a pocket knife and taught me like that lesson.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And I still think about it to this day, and still recall back to the time that I spent with him whenever I was young, all because of a pocket knife.
That's how literally hunting is brought together, right? With people is just like us coming up here, and
right.
We brought you diapers.
Yeah, we brought you a bunch of diapers.
Yeah.
Talk about something new and exciting.
Yeah, there you go. Not an old timer minute, a new timer minute.
New timer minute. Coco's about to be a dad.
Yeah.
Congratulations to him and Kylie. It's pretty awesome. But yeah, showed up with and we even got different sizes.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3s, 4s, and 5s.
Yeah.
So you'll be able to think of us like through the baby's different phases of life.
Exactly.
And then your different phases of life.
Bro, just wait till you get that first formula dump. And you got to change a nasty formula dump diaper.
I've got nephews.
Yeah, you got nephews. Yeah, you're going to be a great dad.
He's already had a lot of practice.
Yeah.
A lot of practice.
Yeah, y'all are going to be great parents. We're all super excited for you guys.
What about you, Everett? You're really talkative on this show.
I'm just letting you guys talk.
All right. Well, why don't you tell us about the next couple days? What do we got in store here? What are some of the keys to success that we need? What are you looking for when you're out on a scout? Have you found anything that you're like, ooh, I want to hunt that. We should probably try that again. What do you got?
Those birds that we saw last night is something we should probably look at.
Which ones?
The ones up north?
Yep, the ones up north.
Okay.
Was a good hunt. Otherwise, first night, I missed the scout.
Yeah, you're a dinner crew.
Yeah, because we're dinner
crew
and stuff. So I haven't seen what you guys have seen.
That's pretty. That's a pretty good point. Hey, when you guys are on hunting trips like this with your buddies and everything.
Yeah, do y'all designate tasks?
Hey, yeah, the day-to-day, the dinner task, that's a good one. Yeah, by the way, that's a really good one. Having dinner done when we came back from scouting, man, it was like you were like Molly Maid or something.
That was sweet, actually.
So, sometimes you can have too many chiefs, not enough Indians.
I agree with that.
Where do you fall in place there?
I'm just an Indian here. Just an Indian here.
I'm a worker bee.
So what are we doing the next couple days?
Next couple days, we found a couple fields this morning. We cut the hunt short a little bit, but took advantage of the time available.
Scouted
did a little bit of extra scouting and stuff. So that's where we do got some more available stuff to take a look at.
Yeah.
So this afternoon we can play golf for a little bit longer.
Yep.
Not feel rushed.
We're gonna do some golfing this afternoon.
And it's been great weather. Years past it's traditionally pretty hot. Mm-hmm. We're up here doing this hunt. But, man, that cold front came through Friday. This morning it was 41. It's only supposed to be a high 65 today. Sunny, no wind. It's going to be a beautiful day on the prairie. Not a very goosey day by any means. But, yeah, we're going to go out, hit the links, go play a little golf, maybe bet a little
And I
money
think
on
that's where it's going to be a little bit tough the next couple of days because we're moving to a south wind. We've
Yeah.
been dealing with north winds and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So.
Yeah. I think tomorrow we're gonna have something similar to today with probably very little wind.
Very,
Yeah.
very little wind, which is
So
I mean, we got a wind change, but I don't
Right.
think that it's not enough of a wind change to change where they're going in the field.
Right. I
It's not
agree.
like it's going to make them uncomfortable and
Right.
want to go to a different
Right.
spot in there.
I've had some very good hunts on some not very goosey days.
yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm with you.
It's
Well,
early season. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
the way you got to
Flip a
look.
coin.
The way you
Are we
got
gonna
to
get 'em
look
today
at
or
it
not?
is the golf this afternoon is going to be nice. The fishing tomorrow is going to be nice. Being on the boat tomorrow afternoon
It'll be really nice,
is going to be super, super nice.
especially after we smash them in the morning.
Yeah, and then smash the walleye in the afternoon. Yeah, I mean, this is just a great trip.
Yeah.
Like, you get to do
Dude.
everything you want under the sun. We got a 4-man scramble this afternoon.
That's why we like
Big
coming up
money
here and
game.
doing this. Like, yeah, like we get it. Like, we're not coming up to with the aspirations of shooting 50 geese a day and that making our trip. It's not about that. You know, like Logan referred to earlier. It's like, dude, we go out, we money up 3-4 groups in the morning and rip into them. We're pretty satisfied, dude.
Yeah.
Like, we're not
That was great.
not trying to be greedy. You know, there's more to this trip, you know, every year that is just more than goose hunting to us. You know, it's kind of like, you know, wrap up to the end of summer. You know, we're all getting ready to kick the fall off. It's just a great way to come up here, hang out, not just focus, you know, solely on goose hunting and just that grind. All right, we gotta grind this out, dude. We gotta find these geese. We gotta kill them. Like, it ain't about that.
No.
Like, we want to come out. We want to hang out. We want to do some fishing. We want to go play golf. Little 9-hole course up the road. Like, it's fun. You know, it's just a good time. We got a good crew in camp this week. So
We had a big shrimp boil
we had a
last
big
night.
shrimp boil. I mean, it's
Thanks,
just,
Mike and Brenda. That was
Yeah,
awesome.
like-
Yeah, I mean, just the food, everything. I mean,
Yeah.
all from the start to the finish, everything's a good trip on this one. It's
yeah.
a tough one to beat, especially with the weather and you
I'll
know,
keep coming as long as I'm invited.
hopefully the rest of our lives.
I know where the spare key is.
It's yeah. Good point.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we have 2 exciting days coming up the next couple of days. We will be back with you on the next podcast here in a few days. As soon as we wrap up those hunts, we will let you know how those things go.
And be sure, YouTube, make sure you turn that notifications button on. We're going to be giving away swag pack.
Yep, swag pack at the end of the trip.
Yeah.
Like I said, we got 2 good hunts coming up. We got a lot of action in store. You're
A lot of
you'll
content
be able
fixing to
see
come out.
Some
So,
good fishing content.
yeah.
What's the swag pack?
Ronnie will put that together. It'll
Yeah,
be
that's
good.
a Ronnie.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Yeah, it's just a swag pack, some
Yeah.
hoodies, some shirts.
All of this organizing that Ronnie's done with this and all that stuff, and won't even tell us what swag pack is.
He really didn't.
You can't talk smack on him. He's not here.
Yeah, he's not here.
It's a surprise.
But that's perfect.
Yeah, it is a surprise. He'll see this in about a week.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, we'll tune in next week. So for Cody Beiswenger, Joe Palumbo, Everett Adkins, I'm Logan Burditt. Make sure that you subscribe, comment, like it,
swipe it, and all that good stuff.
stuff.
Everett, we should have trademarked that.
I need a T-shirt.
We do.
I need a T-shirt for that.
Thank
We
you
do.
guys for watching Behind the Blind, brought to you by Double T Kennels.
Here we go, baby.